What's up, guys? Welcome to another broadcast by Stormy Plays. I'm going to be doing some spotlights on the skill system and the class system, as well as like the spells and professions, stuff like that. As you can see in my last video about Herocraft, I was a Dreadknight, but I was also a crafter. I ended up mastering the crafter and moving on to blacksmith. And now I'm level 36 with my Dreadknight, and I actually have quite a few skills. I have a couple on my hotbar here that I can hit when I'm in need, or I have a couple macros, like some last oh shit buttons, so in case I get really down. So I'm going to be over here killing some PvE dungeons. I'm in an area where PvP is disabled so that I don't get murked right away. I'm actually not that great at PvP, so I usually try to stay away from players unless I'm with my townies, because I really don't know how to use my skills. Never really have. But yeah, this is Stormy Plays, and thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy. Hopefully here I can find... Oh, there's one. Alright. Alright, so I have my normal axe. The Dreadknight usually uses axes. So, with the last patch for MC, they made it so that you can't just continuously spam your axe or your sword or whatever, because it puts a cooldown on your attack. I mean, you can still technically spam, but it does 10% of the damage that it would. So it literally takes 90% damage off. If you wait a full second, it charges back up to full, and you do a shit ton of damage. So with that being said, I'm actually going to go to the first skill that I got in the Dreadknight lineup. It was Soul Leech. And Soul Leech is right here. It's level 5, cooldown 15 seconds, cost 75 mana. And the mana is right there on the middle right part of the screen, where it says character and hero info. The blue dot is the mana, and I have my health, and I have my XP displayed, and my profession XP displayed as well, which is actually really nice to have. When it comes to the Soul Leech, when you apply it to something, it takes damage over time, and then I think I get 47% life back of however much damage I did. So say I do 100 damage, I'm getting 47 life back. I mean, yeah, I do a lot more than that, but that's just an example. The second skill that I got in my lineup was called Dark Scythe, and that is, I hit that and it coats my weapons with suffering. God, I hate archers. Ah! Anyway, when it coats your blade or your weapon with suffering, it tends to do a lot more damage, and you have a higher crit rate. So it's actually very nice to hit right before you go into battle. Just pwn shit, especially if they have not as much health, like casters or healers. They just get destroyed. The third skill I got in my lineup was called Atrophy, and Atrophy is actually really nice. It puts a damage over time on anything. It makes their flesh rot, which I just applied to him. Atrophy on Dry Spitter, the flesh begins to rot, and it does a decent amount of damage, but depending on my intellect, and there are attribute points as well, but we'll get into that at a later time. The fourth skill I got, which, I mean, it really isn't that great. It's called Dread Aura, which I can actually put that on now. Hit that, the purple around me, and it keeps going until I tell it to stop. And basically what it does is it interrupts all casting around me, so that if somebody's casting and I run close enough to them, it'll actually stop their cast so that I can do my thing and crush them. It's mainly for PvP, and it doesn't really do any damage at all, but it's pretty useful. I'm actually going to turn that off. And then I have a Shield Bash, which I got at level 1, but that's an interrupt as well, and that's mainly for PvP. The next skill I got in my lineup would be Empathy. And what Empathy does is the lower I am in health, the more damage it will do. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this guy. It did 227 right there. I'm going to let him hit me some. This guy does no damage. It's going to take a minute. But yeah, Empathy, the lower the health I have, the more damage it will do. Which is actually really nice, because if I'm in a really bad situation and I'm getting fucked from all sides, I can hit that button on either the healer or the tank and just destroy. I don't know if this guy would actually do some freaking damage to me. Another one that I have, actually, I'll show to you right before he kills me, is Become Death. And I turn invisible to everything around me, which is mainly used for PvE because there are ranger classes and rogue that can track my movements and stuff like that. But if I hit this button right here, I completely become, or at least I'm supposed to become immune. I don't know why it's not working. Might have to report that. But I take 75% less damage, and I'm supposed to be invisible to all undead and all, I think tanks are all casters, I'm not sure. I know it's all PvP players, but not all, all PvP players, but not all PvE. Now that I'm low on health, I'm going to hit this, and that did 243. It did the max damage it could. Let me try this again on something else. Ooh, that's a tri-spitter. I'm not sure how much health this guy has. Uh-oh. There we go. Yeah, it did 400 some damage, or 300 some damage. Maybe get out of here. But yeah, those are my skills so far. I think I'm going to be getting one in actually one level, and I do believe it's Harm's Touch, which is, it's a damage over time massive hit. Basically what it does is, as soon as I use it on an enemy, it does one, it actually puts on a dot, a damage over time effect, and it will keep doing damage over time, and then at the, I'm pretty sure it only does 10 to 25 damage per second, but at the end of the damage over time sequence, it will do a massive amount of damage. I'm actually pretty sure that it does, pretty sure it's either 18% of enemy life, or it does plus 125% of whatever it's done during the dot time. I'm not sure yet. I haven't really looked that far into it. Eat. One thing I actually do like about Herocraft and the entirety of this game is that if you aren't in combat, you're able to eat, but if you are in combat, you are not able to just heal all of a sudden. You need a healer in some way, or you need health potions. And if you don't have that and you're low on health, you either need to rely on skills or run away, otherwise you're fucked. Royally. I did recently join a town called Oricha, or Oricha, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. They've been helping me do a lot of things lately. They've been helping me grind for levels and grind for profession levels. So I've been doing that. That's actually how I got to 36. I also opened up some crates. They have an online store. It's almost like CS:GO in a way. When you open up the crates, it's $2.50 for a key, and usually it's a lot more expensive. But if you buy it through the game, you type /buy, you can get 5 keys for $12.50, which is exactly $2.50 per key, which is exactly how CS:GO works. And then they have loot crates, but unlike CS:GO, their loot crates go from loot crate 1 to loot crate 4. And loot crate 4s usually have pretty decent stuff in them. And there's really no downside to it. You won't get something that you already have, and you're not going to get something that puts you above everybody else. It's mainly just titles, prefixes, suffixes, some pets that are just mainly cosmetic, and you'll get some XP boosts here and there if you're lucky, but again, not like Dragon Lore lucky. You'll get little potions that give you a tiny amount of XP, which is very nice. One thing I do absolutely love is they have unique drops as well. You can get things like this, called a small soul shard. And if you use it, you'll get 15 experience, or you can go to the exchange at spawn, which is PvP free. So you don't have to worry about going there, trying to turn in everything, and then lose all your shit. You go to the exchange and you exchange everything that you have for whatever money it's worth. Like this one right here, it's worth 3 currency. And usually you can either grind to get more souls. There's little ones, there's big ones. Some go all the way up to 75 currency for it. So currently right now my money is 831. I've been doing a lot of mining lately and getting a lot of emerald and diamond actually, and I get a lot of souls for that, and it's easy to make money throughout using mining techniques and things like that, and it's really nice. Alright, actually I'm pretty sure that about sums it up for the combat skills and character classes and things like that for now. I will be doing a lot more videos about each class every time I obtain a different class. I'm pretty sure next I'm going to be doing cleric or a healer type class, so be on the lookout for that one. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys. Please hit the subscribe and like, and enjoy.